I am clear in my mind to give ourselves another chance. We're going to need a revolutionary moment to take this thing slightly further, because where it is now, it is not going to move. So there's therefore, I think, a big investment from where I'm sitting for us to discuss the revolution. You know, I see in the newspapers that in the Eastern Cape, again, 29 black babies died from hospital because there's no, medication and so on. And this was not, of course, news. It did not come into the news. Black babies die because of lack of investment. It is not a scandal. It is not. And then I'm not going to talk about the statistics because I've already spoken about them. But I say, if you think value education is dead, and I come from value education, and I can read and write, okay, I can't count properly. But the kids that come from Mandela education are worse. I said this somebody also who's, who's associated with the university. These kids these kids coming out of the system from the democracy education system, they're in a worse situation. And I call it a genocide, because if a kid goes to school for 12 years and they come out, they can't read and write, it means basically they've destroyed them. What other chance are they going to have to pick up the basic skills that they should have gotten? In fact, we should be jailing the ANC just for this reason. In a revolutionary moment, if it were to happen in my lifetime, don't give me a gun, because I will line them up, I think. I will shoot them for this reason. I'm very clear about this. Because it means next year again, another cohort of children are going to come out of the system destroyed. We have a situation here which should not be tolerated, but of course, we are tolerating it. So I'm saying that let them pray that there's no revolutionary possibility, because I'm very happy running around with pangas and these sort of things to deal with the people who are destroying them. And of course, we have internalized a little bit ourselves. We have this talk again. Maybe somebody said, why don't we talk about Kuli Roberts and Jimmy Mann? That sounds more interesting. I don't know whether people have followed the story. It's a big thing going on there. Another time we might have to return to those questions as well. But let's go back to C.R. James's wisdom. When in 1981, a year after Rodney was killed, C.R. James gave a talk about taking power. And this talk, as I say, is in this book. He starts off by saying something like this. So I'm not really giving a lecture about Walter Rodney. I'm going to tell you something about Walter that other people who spoke about him did not say. Secondly, I'm going to deal with what Walter did not know, and what he should have known, and what you have to know. I'm assuming again that I'm talking to revolutionaries, to people who want to make a revolution, and for people who, when a revolutionary moment presents itself, will want to make something of it. So we need to know some things. And I'm just paraphrasing or going back to James's lessons about Rodney, a man who was killed very easily. A big revolutionary who could have ignited the whole of the Caribbean. This man was killed very easily, and you read this piece, you'll see why. James says because he did not understand the question of taking power. A revolutionary is fighting a very messy, violent regime, but does not know, he knows everything about Marxism, about philosophy of revolution, but he does not know a very simple question.